Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Hope you all had a decent round 13, or at least a better one than I had. Certainly did not go to plan. Had a few extra players out, as well as my buy players. My team is pretty heavily Fremantle St Kilda, it seems. So yeah, while everyone else was probably having pretty good scores this week, because I've only got a couple of those players, I've got 5, I think. So yeah, it really hurt me, but hope to get a decent overall score over the buys. I think quite a few people say you should treat it as one whole round, like the entire buys into one round kind of thing. So we'll see where we're at. But yeah, went up, I think, about the same amount of ranks last week. I went up as I just lost. So yeah, I don't know, probably breaking even at the moment or thereabouts. So I score a 1,858 and I lost nearly 3,000 ranks. So yeah, out to a season rank of 11,311. It's going to be pretty hard to break into the top 10k from here, I think. Yeah, we'll have a look at the team and stuff. So I got 11 trades left, no boosts, 144k, so that's all right. Won't be able to get up to Butters though, I think, this week, which sucks thanks to Lindsay. So yeah, I can talk about trades a little bit at the end. I don't think I know what I'm going to do, but yeah, I didn't get a trade video made last week, obviously, or on the Friday or whatever. So the trades that I made were Bont in. So Bont was in for Bice, and then I switched Sinclair back to defence. I bought Clark in for Pryor, and last minute I went Cleary out for Pedler in the flex. So this is not how my team exactly was set up over the weekend. What's happened here? So Bont wasn't. I've VC. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So yeah, Cherry was captain. Yeah, I guess we'll run through this absolute mess starting from the back line. So Whitfield, he played up the ground for most of the game, which I'm not enjoying. He doesn't look very effective there. Like, I can kind of see what Kingsley's trying to do, but it kind of feels like you're just robbing Peter to pay Paul. Whitfield obviously is an elite halfback, and yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like the Sheasel thing. Like, you play them up the ground and it's like they don't really do a hell of a lot compared to what they normally do. So why bother? So surely that's got to end soon. Well, I'm stuck with him if not. Or either way, I should say. Yeah, 84. I guess it's not like disastrous. It's not great. It's not even good, but yeah, whatever. In the Zorko 80, so that was a strange game. I was actually at the Crows and Brisbane game, and yeah, go the Crows, but yeah, Zorko, it wasn't that kind of game for him. It wasn't, no one really accumulated in that game or anything. It wasn't very open or free-flowing given the weather. It was horrible weather. But yeah, so I'll give Zorko a bit of a free pass on that one. I don't think it was a role problem or an age problem or anything like that people are probably going to point to. So that's all right. She's will bounce back with the 137. So I did watch the game, and I know it was only against West Coast, but that was all right. He's actually not doing as bad as what we think. I was just looking at it before. So he's averaging 103. He's only gone sub-ton 5 times this year. So, someone like Zorko's done that 7 times. It's just that Zorko, I think, has had those larger ceiling scores. So, yeah, as you can see, there's 2 sub-tons here, 3 against Carlton. And then, yeah, Richmond and Collingwood, they were 2 really bad weeks. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm just holding him for now. Don't have the luxury of getting rid of him. It was tempting this week, I got to say, but yeah, for multiple reasons, I didn't do it, so that's fine. Just got to hold him. Now, this one hurt. Roberts dropped out, which meant that I had to field, well, I would have had to anyway, actually, Carroll and Clark, but maybe I wouldn't have had to get Carroll's score on the field if Roberts had played. In fact, I most certainly wouldn't have had to. And then, yeah, Carroll, the 30. He was actually on like 37 or something at half time, I think. Like, he wasn't headed for a terrible score. And then, was it the third quarter? He started losing heaps of points. Let's have a look at fan footy, because I don't know if he was subbed out or what. Yeah, so he was subbed out in the third quarter here. I think the third quarter. Fourth quarter. He must have just had low TOG. So 62%. Yeah, okay. So he's probably going to lose his spot, I would say. How do you go backwards like that in a quarter? I guess that's got nothing on what I saw later on in like today's game, but yeah, we'll go back to where we were. So he's now got this break even of 34, which will probably be reaching to even get there. If he holds his spot, he's probably got sub written all over him now. He's not dead yet, but he's definitely on life support. Jesus, he lose money this week. Oh no. Yeah, Clark was good though. So 71. Didn't see the game, but take that from a rookie any day. So he's got this average of 70, and yeah, the minus 10 break even. So that's good. Yeah, why did I open that? Yeah, no, that's good. He should hold his spot, and if he keeps putting up these 70s and stuff, I know he can. He got like a pretty average score the week before, the game before. What was it, like a 30 or something? 44. But that's alright, as long as he keeps putting out the 70s and that, he should make enough for us, so whatever. Yeah, Sinclair and Clark obviously had the bye, that really hurt. As you can see, like, there's not much depth to my team. It's kind of like on field and then it's bare bones after that. And I know a lot of people are in the same situation, but if you do have a Roberts, everyone has Baz, but yeah, Roberts dropping out this week really, really cooked me. So yeah, Bont 101, was expecting more. You think when you pay like 630 for a player, yeah, you think he's going to do a bit better than that when he's been averaging 129 this year. So I don't know what it is about the Hawks, but he just doesn't seem to match up good against them lately. Not a bad score at all, but yeah, I did definitely expect better. So VCing him kind of put me in an odd spot where, yeah, I had to choose. And luckily Cherry was playing West Coast, but I don't like, well, yeah, after the start of the year, I'm not a fan of giving away like a guaranteed ton, because it happened to me early in the year where I think my player got like a 110 or something, and so I thought, nah, I'm not happy with that, because usually I go for 120, 125, something like that. And then, yeah, I got stung because I put it on Sheezel and he got like an 80. But whatever. Dawson 108, so he was huge in the last quarter. He got tagged, or I don't know about tagged, but it was definitely some attention from Dunkley. I think they might have just been head to head, but it's hard to tell when you're at the ground, like unless it's right in front of you, kind of thing. Because I was sitting behind the goals, it's quite hard to see what's really going on further down the field. But yeah, that was a pretty good duel from them. Dawson with that massive mark in the last quarter and the goal, it was great. So I think he only got like 19, 20 touches, something like that. So to go a ton from there, it's pretty good. And yeah, he's now still around that 109 average. So right, pretty much where we wanted him. I mean, more would be nice, but yeah, that's good. That's where he was predicted. Neil looks, I don't know, a little bit off. I guess this would have been a ton though. If he scored that goal at the end that he missed, he definitely would have tonned. He probably would have got like 110 or something because of scaling, but yeah, he missed it, and yeah, we copped a 92, so it's not too bad. I think he's past his best though. Like he's not accumulating those massive possession tallies anymore, and I guess he doesn't need to, because he's got like the Ashcrofts, and McCluggage is now getting the bigger tallies, and there's Dunkley and stuff, so he doesn't need to be the big dog anymore, and that's fine. But yeah, it hurts for Supercoach, I guess. It's still a good pick. Chera 109, so he went off. He had the concussion test or something. Yeah, he did, because I was keeping track on my phone of the game. I wasn't watching it though, but I got a bit worried when I saw that. I thought he'd been subbed out at first, but it was only that little on Fan Footy, I think, what's a little red Guernsey or a little pink Guernsey or something appears when they're getting concussion tested. So that scared the shit out of me. But obviously he did go back on after half time, and well, I think he was on a 51 at half time. So I thought, here we go. He's probably going to end up on a 70 or an 80 or something. So to get 109 after that was pretty damn good. So stoked with that one. I'm stoked I held him, because these last, 3 scores have been really, really good. So the 109, then there was a couple of 130s or something. Or 140, 122. So yeah, same difference. Yeah, and Dunkley 120. So loves the wet weather, I think. He's just got that kind of game. It was scrappy and very physical. So it was always gonna, I think, favour him over Neil, but yeah, a 210 or a 212 combined, I'd take that. That's fine. In those conditions, like, it was going to be hard for anyone to score heaps. And Long 84, so that's fine. I always just relate back to what I paid for him when he scores, but yeah, 84. So what? He's break even 103 now. I'm still not going to get rid of him. It's fine. Like, he's up in price. Like, he's almost at the 500k mark, and if he drops a little bit, like, let's say, he's got the bye this week, so he's not going to drop money. Let's say he gets a 90 the week after. He's not going to drop bugger all, so I'm just going to hold him, and yeah, he'll be one of the last to go probably, unless he drops off a cliff. And then there's Lindsay, 19, geez. He had 5 clangers and not much of the ball, so yeah, he got subbed out. That was rough. Was relying on him to make money so I could get Butters, and instead he lost it, and he now has a break even of 102, so he has to go. I don't know who I'm going to get, but yeah, as I said before, it's going to be a discounted mid, I would say. So Cambriali didn't play, I just had him there, like, just because, the others were on bye or whatever, and yeah, I don't even know why he was there, it doesn't matter. Cherry is the captain, that was good. It looked like he was going to get kind of a low score by his standards, or lower than we were expecting against West Coast, but yeah, he pulled it together at the end there. Flynn actually was alright. He put up a pretty good fight. I thought that Cherry would just dominate, but it didn't happen, so I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, Cherry got the better of him, but yeah, Flynn was still getting hit outs and stuff, and particularly in the first half. But yeah, you always got to take a 153, be happy with that as captain. What was that? It was my highest score on the field, so couldn't have gone any better, I guess. And then Cameron, a 113 against Gawn. Now, I loved this, because I was expecting lower. He normally doesn't do that great, I think, against like Cherry and Gawn. Gawn's not the hardest to score on, and I think the reason why Cameron scored fairly well is Cameron sits behind the ball and he takes those intercept marks, whereas it seemed like they weren't ever competing for marks against each other. So like Cameron would intercept a mark and send it forward, and then Gawn he'd be there to mark that one, and vice versa. So that was kind of like they were kicking to each other. So I guess that's why Cameron still scored okay, considering that Gawn had the better of him in the actual ruck duel. But yeah, Cameron's pretty good around the ground. Now, the thing that pissed me off with this, during the second quarter, I had a look on Fan Footy. I don't know if it was a glitch or what. I don't think it was, but Cameron was on 51, because I remember Gawn was on 53. And then he somehow lost, like by half time, he was on 31. I don't understand how he lost like 20 points in a quarter, because he wasn't giving away frees from what I remember, like certainly not all in one quarter. He gave away 2 frees for the game, and I think he had 4 clangers. And they certainly all didn't come in the second quarter. And like, I don't get it. I feel like Champion Data just hate Darcy Cameron for some reason. Like, I've watched him so much this year, and I know I've said it before, but it feels like every time he goes to the bench, he immediately loses like 3 points. Every time he hasn't touched the ball within a minute, he loses points. Every time he'll gain some points, they immediately start ticking back down. It's just ridiculous. Whereas you watch like Gawn, I don't think Gawn even got his score penalised for that last disgusting kick that it didn't cost them the game, but it certainly blew their last chance of winning the game. So you can't tell me that they don't favour certain players. That's all I'm going to say there. And yeah, it could have just been that Fan Footy was glitched and Dick Cameron was never actually on 51, but I definitely saw it because I was paying close attention to Gawn and Cameron. Boyd didn't play again. He's essentially dead at this point. Yeah, Smith laid out. That was very Geelong-like, but it hurt. I guess, everyone has him, but still, I guess other people probably had some better cover than what I had. Yeah, my cover was Day Weeks, yeah. So yeah, Petrarca 115, he was huge. Really happy with that. So he's going at that 100 average or 101. So, I thought he'd be like 95 to 100. So he's doing better than I thought when I bought him. Happy with that. Thilthorpe I'm going to give a free pass to, because, look at the size of the guy. He's a key forward, and look at the conditions they played in. So he kicked a really nice goal from the pocket on the run right in front of me. But yeah, he was fine. this isn't. It's not a problem. It's just the weather, purely the weather. He's still dominant. It's not like he's had a role change or anything like that, or he injured himself or nothing. So he'll be fine. Who have they got next week? Hawthorn. So yeah, I expect he'll be alright against Hawthorn. Rankin still looks that little bit off. He's just making so many clangers and stuff. But still, he keeps on just getting to like that 89 or whatever. So still averaging 98.8. So I'm not worried yet. Like, not enough to get rid of him or anything. And even if I did want to get rid of him, I don't know if I even can at this point with the way cash gen's going. But yeah, just have to hope that he comes back. I got a good feeling about this week with him, but we'll see. So Daniel 124, he was everywhere, particularly in the first half. He looked like he was on track for 200, and then he kind of didn't go missing or anything. But yeah, I don't know. He was a bit quieter in the second half, but it's really good considering decided to hold him through the buys, and it was part of it was because he had West Coast. So who they got now? They got Fremantle. That's going to be harder. Yeah, so well done to anyone that held Daniel, and for those that traded him, like, I can totally see why you would have traded him. But he's just played they played Richmond, didn't they? Richmond and West Coast in a row or something. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I held him anyway. Like, I think the logic was there either way. And it depends who you got in for him, is always what I say. So, yeah, I don't know. Each case is different. Yeah, Daywick 16, jeepers. He was the sub. So, yeah, not good. What's his break even? He's not even made any money really at all. He lost $600. Oh, jeez. The break even at 28 probably won't even get that if he even holds his spot. They got Geelong, like, whatever. I guess I did say, though, when I got him, that part of the appeal was he's got the mid-forward DPP, so the very least I can use that if I need to, but yeah, geez. Not great. So Bolton didn't play. Keeler obviously had the bye as well. Now, because Gray got injured, I think he's out for like 10 weeks or something. He's busted his knee in the VFL. Suddenly the Keeler pick looks a lot better, like it's clear of the Gray pick. Even if Keeler gets dropped next game, which I don't think will happen, but even if it does, he's still a chance to come back, whereas Gray's no chance now for 10 weeks or whatever it is. So, yeah, Gray's essentially a dead pick. Keeler might not be. And he doesn't need to make that much more money. I just want 100k out of him, really, and that's okay. I'll cash him in. And then, yeah, Pedler, I got in because, Cleary was going down in price. Pedler was going to be going up, basically, the second he stepped on the field. Gave me a 37, so he only had, I think, 3 touches, and you would think now his job security is in major danger, which it might be, but I can't think of anyone that he's holding out of the team directly, and he may be saved for a week because Peatling has copped a week's ban. Now, the only thing that I could see that was going to push Pedler out of the team was if when Crouch comes back, might push one of the mids like Berry or Peatling might get more forward time and then Pedler's gone, but I think he might be alright just this week based on that. Obviously I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like there's any small forwards for the Crows that are knocking down the door. And the forward line's functioning pretty well, so plus, yeah, Nix loves Pedler. So I think, he gives that hard nut element around the ball. So I think he'll be alright. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but honestly, as a Crow supporter, I can't see who would logically just come in and take his spot. Unless they go for some sort of other mix, like and play an extra winger or something instead of a forward, but I don't know why they would when things are going pretty well. But, I don't know, we'll see. Nix does some strange things, but I can't be too critical of him at the moment. Club's gone pretty good. Probably didn't expect to be top 4 by the middle of the season, but there we are. So, yeah, that's how the team went. Unfortunate. Just these bottom scores killed me. Like Lindsay, Carroll, Daywicks. Clark was good. But, yeah. And then Pedler, so... Yeah, I think I didn't have enough playing that I had to just take them. And then, obviously, the Zorko and Whitfield and that hurt. Phil thought 58. As I said, free pass for him because the conditions and stuff. But, yeah, 58. It still hurts. So, yeah, moving forward, let's set the team back up how it should be. So, Roberts misses another week, which is Bloody annoying. So yeah, he's got the bye now. Clark in for Carroll. So I'm gonna have to field Clark for a week, like the other Clark. So that's all right. I think it'll be okay against Geelong. Like, I don't know, if he can get me 50 or something, whatever. Hopefully his score won't even count if it's low. So Brayshaw for Campo. Geelong's got the bye, but I'm keeping him. Do I cash in Long now? I'm not saying I'm going to or anything, but this is, you got to look at every option. Could cash in Long now and get Butters and go Lindsay to Johnson. So that Essendon mid, who I don't really know anything about, but he's scoring pretty well. What's he, about 113k, I reckon. No, there's an N in Johnson, isn't there? Zach Johnson. Must be him. It's a minus 65 break even, so he's pretty much must have in this climate. They're averaging 66. What's he got? 48 and 84. Yeah, we kind of got no choice. So you got to get him. One of these rookies surely has to make enough for us. It can't all be just dead. With the way Lindsay's going as well, I can't really keep him. So he's got to go for Johnson regardless. So what do I... What do I do here? It was meant to be this week. It was meant to be Lindsay with the money on top and the little bit of money that he would have made, plus another down for Johnson or even McCarthy if it had to be, like the West Coast guy, like just one of the dead rookies or whatever. And it should have got me up to enough to get Butters. As well, I don't think I was expecting Butters to get so much, but that's gone out the window now because every element of that scenario has gone the other way. So I can't do it. So do I bother going Long to Butters? The good thing with Long is he's not going to cop tags ever. Whereas Butters probably going to cop him. Who do Melbourne use as a tagger? They use Clary sometimes, but I know Langdon was today. But it's only because it was Dacos. I don't know. So I'll put Bolton back in, get Daywicks off the screen before my eyes start bleeding. Keeler can be emergency. So yeah, I don't know. Like, flex position's pretty weak right now. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably my only way of getting Butters, especially this week. So if I didn't, so what's it going to look like if I go to how I was going to do it? Let's get rid of one of these. None of them have any money on their head though. Kind of sucks. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and do it that way. I can tell you now though, if I do want Butters, that's the only way I can do it. I think is go Lindsay and Long out for Butters and Johnson. Yeah, but then the problem is I'm not getting rid of a rookie off the field, which is what I want. I want Lindsay off the field. It's only because Long's on his bye that he looks appealing. I don't want to get rid of him. The other thing I could do is I could piss Roberts off because he's on his bye. Should have done that this week, but I had other things to do. So could get rid of him and go down to like a Mills or a McKercher, which is probably going to be pretty popular this week. I'm not confident in either of them though. I don't know what Mills is like with Roberts in the team. I don't know how they might clash. It could be like a Roberts and McInerney thing from last year. Mills only scored well against Richmond, which is another red flag because I don't know what he's going to do. Like, is he going to score like the week before when he was game before when he was against a half decent team? I don't know. And then there's McKercher. Like, I wouldn't trust really what's going on at North. It sounds like Sheasel's going to be stuck in that role, the midfield forward role that we don't like. So someone's got to be down back, but it looks like it's Daniel. So, like, is it going to be Daniel and McKercher? Because I think Fisher looks like he's playing up the ground. I don't even know why he's in the team, but he is. So I can't really trust either of those. Like, it's a big gamble because I think with only 11 trades left, if I go down to McKercher or Mills, I basically think I'm keeping them from there. And I don't have faith in either of them to be a decent D6. I think I'd rather just ride out another week of Roberts on the Pine and let him go from there, because I think he's going to outscore both of them, if I'm honest. Probably have to look into it more and stuff, but I don't know. McKercher's so up and down. He scored a 60 last week or whatever against Collingwood, so like if you want that in your team, go ahead, but I know he's got a good ceiling, but I would rather probably just take the consistent 95s or whatever you get from Roberts. So, yeah, I don't know. Big decisions coming up. And as usual, hopefully I'll make a trade video. But with the way things are at the moment, with time and stuff, it's definitely very hard. Yeah, let me know in the comments how your team went and stuff, and where you see the season heading. It's like we're heading into round 14 now. There's a long way to go. That's the thing. So this is why we've got to be careful. Like I got these 11 trades, and there's not that many positions left to upgrade, I think, before I'm like at least what you call loosely full primo. But then it's not the ideal team either, and there's a long way to ride out with, like, there's going to be injuries and shit is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you think and what you're doing, how you went, how you're navigating the cash gen issue, which is, it's a problem for all of us. And yeah, how's the buys going and everything? Because I don't know, it seems like you can plan really well for the buys, but it doesn't take much to derail them, as I found out this week. But hopefully bounce back next week. It's got me projected for over 2,000, so we'll see. Just quickly, captains as well. So early, I think VC Bont again. Cherry should do alright against Jackson. Probably do alright against Shrek as well if he plays. Either way, Cherry's pretty reliable for a 120 at least. Chera might be a call against West Coast. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Get to that. Sinclair's probably going to have a big one at Marvel, you would think. I don't know. Like, yeah, I'll really try and do like another video this week, like later in the week, like trades and captains and all that shit, because I haven't done it in ages. Not that I haven't been trying, but I will. I'll try extra hard. Say it every week, but yeah, I will. So yeah, cheers for watching and watching this roller coaster season of mine. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you in whatever video I do next.